Hi, everyone. It is me, Jordan Long here. And today I'm going to talk about, you know, why I, never work my, credit cards or thank sheet or borrowed sheet or whatever you want to call it. Now, I know there's going to be folks out there that know there's all kinds of borrowed guilds and very few of, you know, and do their showings are truthful about what they do, you know. Because it would go something like this. Oh, well, it seems to me that you got something out that was like 25 like $35. Well, yeah. Well, that means you're going to have to, each month, you're going to be yielding back half of that till you get back to where it's at the bottom. Well, that's not fair. I mean, how am I going to yield back all of it like that? Oh, no one can yield it all back at once unless they're well off, and even then, they would have a hard time doing it. So, like each month, you're going to be yielding half of whatever that was until you get back to fully yielding it off. But we all know that never going to happen. No, I guess not. You know. So what is the whole thing? It's like, should I ever borrow from you or not? Well, to get a borrowing yesteryear or even a loan yesteryear, you had to have some kind of yielding back yesteryear. So if you never borrowed anything from us, never yielded back, we got no yesteryear to speak of. Yeah, and I want to keep it that way because I know that you folks out there might say all wonderful things in your showings about, oh, well, you're never ever, it's never your mistake if someone makes a borrow on your borrowed sheet and it wasn't you, or every time you get some back for what you give us. But we all know that's probably bullshit, you know. Well, no, it's not bullshit. Oh, is that so, huh? Then why is it a lot of folks have love and hate kinship of borrowed guilds? Oh, because a lot of folks out there want to borrow, but very few of them want to give back. Or, I don't know, maybe because you're crazy thieves. Like I could see like it was $35. Well, then each month you would yield back half of that until you got it done. But don't put on, but don't, but geez, what some of you borrowed guilds would like to do is you would like to, I don't know, go and say, well, even though what you borrowed out was 35, we gotta raise it up and say there was some kind of fee on it or whatever it was, you know. And you ever know one of those things, and I guess it does happen on films and shows and plays. I guess in true life, you go to some shop, and they go, "Oh, your car." They go, "Oh, your sheet has been shut off." And he's like, and then they get, "Oh," and he's like, "Well, can you call them?" And then they go on there and start talking to someone, and they go, you know, and they say, "Oh, well, it told me it's been shifted off." Yeah, well, that only tends to happen to folks who go over how much they can borrow. and everyone's borrowing cutoff is not the same, because everyone has, I don't know, oh, so let me guess. You know, see, I know what some loan guilds, even borrow guilds do. They like to give a ranking out to folks who are good at yielding back. And they like to give a rank to those who are bad. And they like to go around and tell others, oh, don't do any business with them because they were either late giving back or they didn't give back at all. You know. Well, thank God it's not a loan, so I don't have to work with it. You know. Oh yeah, just keep in mind, as soon as you have to borrow something from us, then you gotta yield it back. Yeah, I get that. And I want to see how long I can go before I have to do that for any one of those borrowed guilds out there, and there are many. Some of them are their own business, some of them is an offshoot of a guild boundary. Yeah. And if it wasn't for your godmother Xena, I don't think you'd be on any one of these borrowed guilds, do you think? No, because she has the borrowing yesteryear and the loaning yesteryear, not me. You know, I was lucky that I loaned it back. I was lucky I yielded back the Larley loan that I had to take out to buy the Larley. I was lucky for that. So I really tend to keep away from borrowed guilds and loan guilds. I have me no shame to you at all, but I just don't like dealing with you folks. Yeah, I don't know why you would. And guess what? I always tell folks I don't think I'd be good at yielding back what I borrowed out. Because I borrowed from you because I didn't have it. And now you want that $35 back, and I don't know if I can loan it all back to you. But you're like, oh, if you loan, they'll say, well, each month you'll only give us a fee, and yeah, it'll take years to loan back all of it. If you don't throw other shit on top of it, like, I don't know, income toll and a bunch of other things you put on it. I just don't like you folks. So yeah, I don't really like to deal with borrowed guilds. I don't really like them. I understand how they work, but I just don't like to deal with them because I will not be good at yielding back what I borrowed out. And since borrowing is not the same as a loan, you don't have to borrow. You know. So anyway, that's all my time this film's all about. If you like this film, then follow me over here at the Jordan Long Fairway. Watch the other film I made yesterday over here when I was talking with Cassie Chan from the Mic Keepers. I, Jordan Milan Long, and I'll see you later. Bye.